Good day, my friends. I hope all of you are well today. Alright, this video here today is basically a video response to my buddy Jacob Susanabar. I'm not sure if I said your last name correctly, but Jacob Susanabar. So, as usual, I'm going to read his message and then reply to it. So, do you think that it is possible to learn a language just by writing, reading, and listening? What about speaking? I mean, I've been studying with the teacher Self-Russian, and I can tell you that it's a pretty good book. It's just that I don't know someone who can speak good Russian. I've got a pen pal who is Russian, but we just chat by Facebook or Skype. How can you manage to learn all those languages? For example, I didn't know that Hmong existed. I know now that it's spoken in China, but I didn't know that there were resources for that language. When I saw the rest of your videos, I saw Mongolian, Tibetan, and Zulu. And I was like, what? I knew that those languages existed, but I didn't know that someone would like to learn all those apart from me. Have you heard about Quechua language? Now, I'm not sure if I'm saying this language correctly, so please correct me if I'm not saying it right. Quechua is Q-U-E-C-H-U-A, Quechua language. If so, would you like to learn it? If you know a little about that, when are you going to upload a video in which you talk about Runasimi? Again, I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly, but he put Runasimi and Quechua in parentheses. Have you heard about the Amharic language? I hope to hear from you soon. It would be nice if you upload a response video. Here's our response video. So, your first question is it possible to learn a language just by writing, reading, and listening? My answer to that is yes, you can. You can learn by just writing, reading, and listening, but like writing, reading, and listening, those are part of the input, and as we all know that you need input before you can get the output. So yeah, those are very important to do. Now, some people won't agree with this, but for me, and this is just my opinion, I think it's really good to get out there and speak at the beginning stages. Okay? Now, why do I recommend this? I recommend this because you get some sort of a confident boost. Okay? You get a confident boost. You get very motivated. It makes you want to go back. Like when you practice with someone face to face, no matter if you said a couple phrases to them, a couple words or whatever, it makes you want to go back home and train harder, learn more, and then get right back out in the battlefield and use it. Use what you learn. And you just keep doing that over and over and over again. This is why I encourage people to do this. Another thing is you won't really be worried about mistakes. A lot of times the native speakers, they won't criticize you. They won't say, well, you need to be pronouncing like this. Your accent is bad. They're not going to be paying attention to that stuff. They're not going to be focused on that. They will be busy focused on the fact that you're a foreigner learning their language. They're happy. And as long as they can understand you, that's all that matters. So this is why I encourage people to get out there. A lot of people don't like to do this because, like I said, they rather wait until they get to a certain level to where I guess they want to wait until they get to like an advanced level and then get out there and start speaking because they don't want to be a burden to the native speaker, which is understandable. Like not everyone is the same, you know. Some people want to engage in the conversation and be able to understand everything and not get lost, which is understandable. But this is not the point of just getting out there at the beginning. The point of getting out there is very motivating, very, very motivating. Okay, so that's why I would encourage you to get out there and speak. Now, Skype, Facebook, those are great programs, very, very good programs. Don't get me wrong, they're very good, but I think that when you speak with someone face to face, you keep meeting different people, it's a totally different experience. Totally different experience. It's a totally different experience, and you want to keep doing it. You get more confident. And see, this, when most people attain a high level of language, they go, like when these people that are afraid to get out there right away, most of the time, they go overseas. When they go overseas, they have no choice but to get out there. Why? Because, I mean, think about it. If I spend thousands of dollars on a plane ticket to go overseas, I'm not going to go over there and not speak to practice with anyone, especially if that's my reason for going over to the country. So you have to speak with someone. They put themselves in that position to get, output going on. So I think that I know you say that you only have this one pen pal, but I think what you should do, you should try to search for Russians in your city. I'm pretty sure you can find some. Go to your campus, local campus, to go to a Russian class and talk to the Russian teacher and ask her if she knows of any places where Russian people hang out. This is another strategy you can use. But I'm sure that you can find some Russians in your city. I'm pretty sure. I'm not exactly sure where you are, but you can find them. So again, getting out there, using what you've learned is very, very good. Very, very good and motivating. So, yep, reading, listening, and speaking, that's all that stuff is important. All right. Let's see. Okay, your next question is, how can you manage to learn all those languages? For example, I didn't know that Hmong existed. I know now that it's spoken in China, but I didn't know that there were resources for that language. When I saw the rest of your videos, I saw Mongolian, Tibetan, Zulu, and I was like, what? I knew that those languages existed, but I didn't know that someone would like to learn all of those apart from me. Yeah, it's very, very rare for people to learn these type of languages because they're useless. Most people won't learn a language unless it's useful, unless they can actually use it on the job or just mainly a job. That's most people's reasons for learning languages. But in my case, I learn languages because I love languages. I don't learn language because I'm trying to get a job or get work or whatnot. Now, of course, now the work that I do it's based on this languages, but this wasn't the reason why I started learning languages. I learned back in the day when I started learning languages, it was all over the place. I just speaking with people, practicing phrases, all this stuff, and then meeting people that I didn't know their language made me. Well, I went, like, for example, Hindi. Like, I remember I had no plans on learning Hindi, but when I met some people from India, I all of a sudden wanted to start learning their language. So I went to the bookstore and got some books, and started that way. And that's what happened over the years. I just became more and more interested in learning more languages. So my reason for learning these type of languages is my passion for learning language in general. I think it's really good. Just the learning process is great. As I said in my previous videos, I like to elevate my mental. When I learn something new and I'm able to use it in real life, that's a good thing to me. So I guess you could look at it as an exercise. But how I manage these languages, like I said before, it was a bit all over the place. I didn't have a steady schedule, but now I have a schedule. I have an active and non-active list of languages. And let me go ahead and explain this. I know perhaps you haven't seen that video I made before, but this active and non-active list, basically, the active list I choose. Right now I have about 4. I think was it 6 languages. I've had 10, but I knocked it down. I'm going to explain why I did that in my Q-Streak update video. But I choose certain languages. I put them in the active list and focus on those languages until I get to a level to where I can take them out of the active list and then take some language from the non-active list and put them there, exchange them. And then I could put the same time or how much ever time it's going to take to get to a level of comfortability in those non-active languages. That's what I do. So what I do with my active languages is I input and output. I try to get out there and use those languages as much as I can. That's what I do with the active languages. But keep in mind, I'm doing output as well. Oh, sorry. Keep in mind, I'm doing input as well. So as you mentioned here in your first question, the reading, writing, and listening, I'm doing that for all of those languages in the active group. Okay, doing that on top of output. Now, the languages in my non-active list, all I do for those languages is listen, read, and write. That's it. No output. No videos. That's all I do. Just read, listen, and write. That's it. And I think it's a good strategy because, for example, right now Irish is one of the languages in my non-active list. I think when that time comes, when it's time for me to exchange languages from my active list, let's say I choose Irish. Once I start that language, it's not going to be foreign to me. It's not going to be totally new. I'm going to be familiar with the sounds. I'm going to be able to read. I'm going to be able to write. I'm going to have a good understanding of that language. It's just the output. I would just have to get out there and use the language. I have to make my videos, spoken practice videos, find natives, and just practice with them. That's what I would have to do for those non-active languages. So yeah, that's the schedule I have for now. So I think, since I'm learning multiple languages, having an active group and a non-active group is a great idea. Okay. So what's next? Oh, the catching language. Yeah, I've heard about this language before. I don't know. I would have to say yes. I'm open to try out any language. I'm Klingon or whatever. Because like I said, it doesn't matter if it's useful or useless. It doesn't matter. That stuff doesn't matter to me. I just like the learning process. I like learning languages. So yeah, I would say that it's provided that I can find the resources for the language and people that speak the language to where I can practice the stuff I've learned, then yeah, definitely I'll be interested in learning that language. Amharic, yeah, oh yeah. Have I heard about Amharic? Yeah. Amharic is what? Ethiopian, for those of you who don't know. Actually, I made some reading practice videos for Amharic. That's the language that I'm really, really interested in learning. But unfortunately, right now, it's in my non-active list. Well, I shouldn't say unfortunately, because at least I'm getting some reading, listening, whatnot. But it's not an active language for now. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I know this was a lengthy response to your questions, but yeah, let me know if you have any other questions. For those of you who send me messages, be patient. I got some other videos lined up. I'll make some more video responses sometime this week. But in the meantime, thanks for viewing, and I look forward to you guys' comments or video responses or whatever you want to do. Thanks for viewing.